Hey yo, what's up everyone? It's your boy CrispPurpose back at it again with another Gems of War PvP and Vault team video for you guys. Now, it is a Vault event this weekend and I have a very elite strategy for you right here. Now, this is a strategy brought to me and to you guys by means of Tyrion Shark. Now, he messaged me on Discord showing me this strategy that he used in the previous Vault event and I decided to showcase it to you guys on this video. Now, let's keep in mind that this strategy is not necessarily for players that are focused completely on the vault event. This is for players that want to um, grind out PvP during a vault event, right? You want to maximize your VP collection during a vault event, and there is a way to do so while grinding the vault. So let's take a look at it right here. So one of the main things you need to ensure that you have is Stellarex. And Stellarex is really good for one-shotting enemy teams in PvP if indeed you run a palooza when you're doing so, right? You're going to be able to maximize on your VP collection while you're still gaining vault keys and epic vault keys and all the other resources that come your way during a vault event. Now, let's take a look at exactly what you need to do. For one, you need to ensure that you can grab this right here, Old God's Shrine. You need a Monolith buff, which is going to be giving you a 5 magic for each purple ally. That's going to be pretty important to buff up the damage on your Stellarex. Of course, you need to be at a higher magic level so as to execute this team. And what you're going to ensure to do is start a palooza while you're doing a vault event. That's going to be very important. And as a result, you're going to be able to gain a huge amount of VP while you're rushing down that vault event and that Palooza. Now, let's take a look at exactly what we're doing here. We're starting a Palooza. There we go. Then we're going to be heading back to PvP and doing this palooza in any of the restrictions, preferably the color restrictions. If you do it in a blood frenzy restriction, it's going to be pretty good for you because you're going to gain a lot of VP in this restriction. But indeed, if you don't have a blood frenzy in the colored restrictions, you can of course just pick any of the different colors. The ones that I think that are the fastest are Aidania. If it runs green, Central Spire, of course, because you can use all the different troops, and then Southwild because you can use Leprechaun in all of these 3 restrictions right here. So let's go over here to Southwild, and we're going to take a look at a 3 trophy battle right here where the enemies usually are not able to get one shot. And let's take a look at Stellarex rushing down this fight in PvP. All right, so as you guys can see, the entire enemy team is replaced with gnomes. Cast my Leprechaun, get my Stellarex spell ready, one shot, right? In this fight, I pulled out 88 VP. Now, if this was in a Blood Frenzy restriction, it's going to be multiplied a lot. I'm able to do 3 trophy battles with no problems, the similar way you would be able to use like a Rowan team on this level on the Explore 1. You're able to do the same thing. Of course, you're going to have instances where the gnomes are gaining mana, but you still don't have to worry about it that much because it's pretty easy to get your Stellarex spell ready. Now, as I said before, this is a purple restriction with a pure purple team, which is a very powerful one of the best teams for doing 3 trophies overall. But if you don't have that set up and you want to go with something else, you can go with this. So Stellarex once again, Wand of Stars, my Essentia, and then Leprechaun. This is Central Spire. This is going to be giving less VP than the Southwild restriction, but you can use it as well, right? It's a solid restriction for playing. And there we go. We're doing 3 trophies here. We're one-shotting enemy troops, and it works out very well. One of the things I want to point out as well is that the Monolith buff is giving me a significant amount of magic, but even before that, my troops already are dealing a significant amount of damage with the, what would I say here? With my magic level being really, really high. Now, if you don't have, or if you do have ×3 Ferrocafra, you can use it as well in the brown restriction, right? So you can go over, let's grab another Ferrocafra here. I'm not too worried about my Palooza running through. I'm just burning it for this video, right? So there it is, ×3 Ferrocafra with Stellarex. Let's see if this will work very fast in killing out these enemy troops. And if you want to as well, you can also slot on your VP talismans, right? The victory talismans, as well as your um, your Swift talismans. Your Swift talismans is going to give you a 75% mana start on these battles. You're doing a 3 trophy. Now let's take a look at it and see how quickly you're going to be able to clear these battles. Now, hopefully, I'm doing justice to Tyrion's strategy here because I think that he explained it very well to me. I don't remember all the points of what he brought out, but I think that I'm getting across the point here. You're running Stellarix during a vault event, especially during these battles that I'm doing right now with the Victory Talismans and the Swift Talismans. You're maximizing on as much VP as possible. You're maximizing on as much vol keys you're able to gain, in this mode. Of course, it's not the fastest mode for doing your normal paloozas, but as you guys can see, I'm going pretty quick. I have to deal with the loading screens, of course, but this is for the elite players. This isn't for players that are needing every single vol key that they can get. This is for a person that wants to get the most books as possible, right? You're focused on books here, not necessarily vault keys and the resources that are in that. You already have resources. You already have a lot of gold, a lot of souls, a lot of everything else. You just want to ensure that you're gaining as much VP as possible so as to get your books. You know what I mean? You want to get the books and you want, what am I talking about? The word I'm looking for here, I simply cannot remember. You're trying to get gold marks. That's what you're trying to get. You want to get as much gold marks as possible. You're going to get that if indeed you get as much VP as possible. Buff up your amount of VP, finish good on the leaderboard and other areas like that. And yeah, you're gonna be maximizing, right? And there we go. You see how the Swift talismans work? They are amazing. It's one of the best talismans to use. And of course, the victory talismans are really good to use as well during a vault event. Now, I hope that players can use this. At least some elite players that would want to do this are using this. That monolith buff is really amazing. And when you couple all these things together, you're able to do a lot with this. And it's actually a fun way. I'm not gonna lie. It's a fun way to go through a vault event. Sometimes using the Iron Hawk team, for me, it gets a little bit boring. So you want to spice things up, especially when you're at a super high level. And I think that this really does spice things up. Really does spice things up. Now, hopefully you guys and gals find this video helpful and informative, man. If you did, remember to hit the like button, comment to let me know what you guys think about this strategy. Are you going to be utilizing this if you are at a really high level in the game, or it's not for you? You're going to be sticking to your Iron Hawk team and your Rowan team. If you're using the Rowan team, definitely go right ahead. If you're still using that, this is not for you. If you're a triple Iron Hawk player that you've used up, you have all your resources. You're not worried about resources that much. You want books and you want gold marks, you want VP. This should be something you should definitely try out. All right, guys. I'll catch you all next one. Peace.